Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias.
I would love to collect more American-made toothpicks, but quite frankly, there just aren't enough companies out there making USA-made toothpicks. And the ones that are usually either the small toothpicks, which are not the ones that I tend to collect, and hardly no one is that I know of is making the large toothpick anymore, at least not in the United States. And as far as I know, it's only up to Case and GEC for the medium toothpicks. I would love to collect more American-made toothpicks, but quite frankly, there just aren't enough companies out there making USA-made toothpicks. And the ones that are usually either the small toothpicks, which are not the ones that I tend to collect. And hardly no one is that I know of is making the large toothpick anymore, at least not in the United States. And as far as I know, it's only up to Case and GEC for the medium toothpicks. And really, the knife I'm really looking to purchase are the large toothpicks. And no one in the United States is actually making a large toothpick manufactured in the United States at the moment. The last company that was doing it, I think, was Baron Son, and they are no longer doing it either, as far as I know. Case has discontinued making large toothpicks and said they have no intention of bringing it back. I think that's because the Case large toothpicks were actually made by Queen Cutlery. Maybe Smoky Mountain Knife Works, now that they own the Queen Cutlery trademark, maybe they will bring back the large toothpick. We will see what happens. If they do, it would be great. I would love to be picking up U.S. manufactured large toothpicks, but they're just not out there to find at the moment. Unless you're buying new old stock from Camillus from pre-2007, or other older toothpicks that were made by an American producer, a long time ago. No company that I am aware of in the United States is producing an American-made large toothpick in the United States at the present time. So I buy China instead. And finally, if you saw the video on my 5 favorite toothpicks from 2024, you saw this knife in there. This is the Seafoam Green Case medium toothpick with the Ithaca shield. And it just missed out in being in my top 5 top 5 favorite toothpicks for 2024. And I made that video about a week or so ago. Well, looking at it today, this would have made it in my top 5. And that's the problem with any kind of top 5 video. And I do understand that especially when you're talking about your favorites, this would be one of my favorites for today. It would have probably beat out the Zebra Wood today. A week ago, it lost out to the Zebra Wood. Today, it would beat out the Zebra Wood. That's how fickle the mind of a knife collector is. Especially when you're talking about favorites, it's one of those things that changes daily. Anyway, enough with the toothpicks. Let's move on to something else, something you have not seen yet, and that's a couple different knives that I got around Christmas time. Now, as I said, I bought these around Christmas time. These are not knives that were gifts to me at Christmas time. Matter of fact, on my wish list where most people are looking to purchase something for me, I don't have any knives listed. I usually don't do that because the knives in that list are things that if I'm going to be showing them on the channel, I don't want to have it influenced by who purchased the knife for me. So it's kind of strange. I know it sounds weird, especially for a knife nut, not to actually ask people to buy knives for him, but I know what I want to buy, and I'm going to buy what I want to buy, and I'm not actually, and if I'm disappointed in it, I want it to be a knife of regret because of my purchase, not because of a knife that I asked somebody else to buy. Also, if it's a knife that someone bought for me and I'm not happy with it, I'm less likely to give it away to somebody else. So these are knives that I purchased for myself. One of them's okay. the other ones are pretty cool, at least in my book. Let me start with this one back here. This is by Hen Rooster. I bought this because I've been on this kick for small fixed blades, especially like bird and trout knives. And I saw this when I thought, well, that kind of fits the bill. And I will be talking more about this knife later, about what I think about it and everything else. But right now, I just wanted to point out something on this knife because of a question that people have asked. And that is, how do you know where the Hen Rooster knife is made? And especially when it comes to the steel, because the knives don't always have Pakistan on there. Now this one clearly is marked handcrafted Pakistan, so we know this knife was made in Pakistan, and it says exactly what steel is on there, 4116 stainless steel. Now what Frost will often say, especially on Cutlery Corner Network, is that the knife is made using German steel, German stainless steel. This is the steel they're talking about often, 4116. And if it is using the 4116, they will actually say 4116 German stainless steel. If they just say it's German stainless steel, chances are it is a version of 420. 4116 is an upgraded steel from 420. The 4116 is on par with 440A, maybe 440B. Depending on the heat treating, you might get an edge as hard as what you can find on some 440C knives. I would think of this more as a 440A stainless steel. Now the other thing you'll see here, if you notice the number there, it says HRI. If the pattern number begins with HRI, that means Hen Rooster International. It means that the knife will be made in Pakistan or China or somewhere other than Germany or Spain. The knives that are made in Germany and Spain will actually just say Hen Rooster HR. So that is something to look for when you're looking at these knives. I knew this was going to be made in Pakistan, partly because of the price and the fact that it was stag and still had a relatively low price. I will talk more about that later. Now, as for the box, I looked at this box numerous times before I finally noticed, if I turn it this way, I see it here in some very fancy font, handcrafted Pakistan. I overlooked that a couple times. So it's not easily marked. You notice how small it is, the font in there, and it is not on the ends or anything like that. So you will notice that also. If this was made in Germany, it would probably say it in a cleaner font, something that was more legible, more readable, and it'd probably be more out there, more identifiable. So that is another way to look at it when you're looking at the Hen Rooster International knives. The Hen Rooster International knives are about the same quality as what you're going to get in the world of, say, a Steel Warrior or a Koi River or something like that, or a Frost Family, those kind of knives. That's the level of quality you're going to get in a Hen Rooster International knife. When they talk about the Hen Rooster mystery boxes on Cutlery Corner Network, chances are you're getting a Hen Rooster International, some kind of knife out of Pakistan, not a knife out of Germany. All right, let's move on to the other things here. And like I said, I'm going to do a fuller review of this knife later. I just wanted to explain that because I have been asked a couple times by people, what's the difference between Hen Rooster and Hen Rooster International? Next up, two more stickers from Swiss Knife Shop. Now, like I mentioned before, Swiss Knife Shop requires you to purchase the sticker. They don't send you a random sticker. The bright side is you get the sticker you want. You don't get the sticker that they want to throw in the box for you. So it's not a surprise. However, you did pay for it, so it shouldn't be a surprise. And they are fairly good quality stickers. Are they worth the price they charge? Probably not for most people, but for me they are. I really like stickers, and I saw this when I was like, all right, I will go ahead and pick up the Christmas Bear sticker. And it's pretty cool. I don't have to describe it. You can see what's on there. And my hardest part with picking this up is like, well, if I'm going to buy that, I should also pick up a knife to go with it. And I started looking through all the knives that they had, and I wanted to get another Victorinox knife. And I settled on something that was surprising for me, because typically I do not buy Christmas holiday knives, but they had the Bear Claws Spartan SKS Designer Series. I have so many of the other Bear knives that I thought, why not? It's a Spartan and it's in the Bear line, you know, that they have. So I went ahead and picked that up. And as you can guess, well, if you saw the front of the sticker, you see it here too. So you have the bear with the packages and a nice dark blue sky with the snowflakes there. And on the back side, you have the Christmas tree. Otherwise, it is your basic standard Spartan. You can see the white scales on the side here. You have toothpick and tweezers. The front tools that are common on any Spartan that you're going to find. So you have the can opener with the screwdriver tip there, and then the wire stripper, cap lifter, flathead screwdriver here. And as I always like to point out, but didn't point out now, the little screwdriver, the small screwdriver here, also acts as a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Backside tools, you have the sewing awl with the sewing eye needle there, or sewing eye for passing thread through. Nicely oiled. Yuck. And then the corkscrew, what I like and nobody else seems to like. Well, a lot of people also still like the corkscrew, but yeah, and it's got the little pigtail corkscrew there, and then the back blades that you're very common with, you know, the long spear blade, and then the shorter pin blade. So those were there, and as long as I had that, I thought, well, I guess we'll get another one too. And I saw this knife and I grabbed it as well. And this is the Classics polar bears. Yeah, more bears. Yeah, I'm wondering what Yakima Bob's going to say to me, especially with the polar bears now. But cute little polar bear on the front side. You got the nice blue scales and the snowflakes on top, and then just a whole gathering of polar bears on the backside there. Main blade or a small pen blade, the nail file with the screwdriver tip, and the ever popular scissors. So I got that one. As you know, I collect classic SDs. I've got way more of those than I can count right at the moment. But yeah, otherwise, just your basic classic SD, but with some nice little artwork on it. Same with the Spartan Bear. So I've got those two. And like I said, I usually don't pick up Christmas knives, but I actually ended up picking up 2 Christmas knives this year. Now this one I picked up because I wanted to get the stickers, and I was like, why not get the matching knife for the stickers? This one here, this is a different story. The only reason I bought this knife is because I saw it on Cutlery Corner Network late at night, and it had this book attached to it, Frost Cutlery History and Tribute. And this was a book written, when was it written? You can see here on the back side here. The book was written back in, I think, 2012. We see here, Ozark Small Press, 2012. I will be talking more about this book later. Basically, I'm probably going to use this book as a kickoff to my Frosty Fridays, which will be coming up very soon. And this knife might be shown at that time again too. But I bought the knife because of the book, and I'm pretty impressed with the knife as well. As you can see, this is the Merry Christmas Frost Family Signature Series with Jim Frost. And the knife comes in a nice little box. Not the knife that you would expect me to pick up, but this is also one of the reasons why I do not pick up a lot of Christmas traditional slip joints. Is most of the time the knives are built on a trapper frame, and I'm not interested in collecting a lot of trappers. But if you're interested in buying Christmas slip joints, chances are you're going to be a big fan of Trapper knives. And what's cool on here is, and I knew it was going to be there, this is Jim Frost in a Santa hat. That's the shield on this knife. And then you've got the decorations going on there, the starburst or sunburst bolsters there. And what I noticed when I opened this up, and I will talk more about this later, is, well, you see there Jim Frost, the etch on there, and then the reindeer and all that other stuff. But it's the secondary blade that caught my eye, because if you see here, 2021, Merry Christmas. So this was the knife that was made in the year that Jim Frost actually passed away. He died in January of 21, and this knife was commissioned for Christmas in 2021. So, you know, basically 11 months after he passed away, this knife came out. So there's something interesting there, you know, a little bit of sentiment into that I got the 2021 Merry Christmas knife from Frost Cutlery. Granted, I got it 3 years later, but it was still around, and they were offering it, and it was the price for the knife and the book was like $25. How could I pass it up? $25 for the book and the knife. I don't know if it's still out there or not, but I tell you what, if you're a Frost fan, a Frost Cutlery fan, you may want to try and grab this book. I will put somewhere up here the little screenshot that gives the order number for this collection, the book and the knife, because if you're a big fan of Frost, you may want that book. And I don't know if it's ever going to come out again, but I was really impressed with it. So anyway, let's move on to the other two knives that I bought when I bought this. Again, not going to go into great detail with it, but whatever number of toothpick knives I had, well, that number just jumped up because I grabbed this one too from Frost. And this is also it's, as you can see, Frost. This is a Frost Cutlery knife, but it does have the sticker on the back. So 440A stainless steel, tested to 56 to 58 in the HRC or Rockwell hardness test. And it's got worked bolsters going on there, and just a nice little toothpick. Again, Frost Cutlery. Not the best of quality, but not the world's worst either. And the other knife I picked up at the same time because it was a dual set, and that's one of the things that probably drive people nuts about Frost the most, is that you often have to, especially if you're buying it from Cutlery Corner Network or from the Frost Cutlery website, you often have to buy a set of 2 or 3 or 8 or 12 or 120 knives at the same time just to get one knife. I was really interested in getting the Choctaw. The little toothpick had to come with it. So might end up, but I collect the toothpicks, so I probably won't get rid of it. These also, they came in wrapped in paper, and the paper was wrapped inside a plastic bag. But this is the Choctaw, and this is on the box it says genuine burl wood handles, but the pattern number there, see how it says PCW? That's because it's pecan wood. And talk about a box fitting the knife just perfectly. This one definitely does. Let's try and get it open. They definitely don't go with an oversized box for their knives. And there you have it. There's the Choctaw, and it's got some really pretty wood in there. And you can definitely see the starburst and or the sunburst in the shield here, or in the bolster up here. Really nice looking on both sides. Again, with the sticker, you know it's made in China, and it's a Choctaw. I'm finding myself buying more and more Choctaws. This is a knife that you really just see with Jim Frost. So I will give a more thorough review of these knives in a future Frost Friday as well. But in any case, with that said, I think I will let you go. Again, I want to wish everyone, well, even though I'm a few days late with this, a very Merry Christmas and also a healthy, prosperous, and joyful New Year. And let's all just pray that the New Year finds everyone with a little more peace and joy. And again, I will talk to you again soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share, comment. Always appreciate it. Thank you.
Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.